Hello everyone, hope you're good. I'm super good and I'm gonna keep on talking about the ego. Yesterday, I don't know if any one of you noted what I was saying actually. I said, I don't have a big ego. That was my ego who was speaking, eh? And it's so tricky. Okay, I'm going to talk about what the ego is doing with you and how we can use the ego to something positive, actually. If we now have this huge ego who can destroy a lot of things for us, because the ego, maybe I have such a days, and I had it all my life since I was a kid. I've been speaking about my negative thinking and feelings about myself. When you have a huge project maybe, or you have so much things to do in your life, but you don't do it. You get lazy. You feel like, no, I do that tomorrow, or you don't have the energy. It's like you're going on drugs or something and you can't do it. That's the ego. And I have been teaching myself to just like getting those feelings and then like, okay, stop, Malin, now it's the ego who is here. So just do it and then do it. Otherwise nothing will happen in your life. Maybe when you want to go and have a date with a girl, but you don't want to, you feel like, no, I will not contact her, it's better I wait. Don't wait! Do it! Otherwise you will sit home and do nada, okay? But another thing who is really good with the ego is when I was growing up, some weekends I went to my Scottish grandmother, and when my dad was picking me up and he asked, how are things going with Malin? My grandma was like, oh my God, she has been sitting in front of the mirror all day. And I did. I was sitting and doing different poses and all like that. And we grew up with, don't think you are too much. If I did have an ID when I was a kid, I was, collected everyone from school because we are going to have a huge party at Malin's home. That was typical me, or something like that. People always said, don't think you are someone. Don't think you can create that. Why should you create that? That would never be successful. Hello! What you're doing is stealing my, or yours, self-feeling. Sorry, I'm now my English again. But I will try to get this. You don't get like, yeah, I can do this, I can make it. So that's something we grow up with. And that's the ego. So even my parents didn't know that because they were raised like that. And typically in Sweden, you don't show off too much. Or when you have everything in life, maybe you have this fancy car, you have this beautiful woman, and you like standing there and you have big companies and you're thinking, I don't need to grow anymore. I have everything, I've done everything. Or you meet people who is like, I know, this is how it is. This is how it should be. That's the ego. Because we grow all the time. So even when we get like really, really old, we change. That's life. We get new experience. So this is our ego who is speaking. And you can feel like you are the most kinded person. You are giving so much to other people, but still You're blocking yourself with your ego when you start to think, this is how it is and there is no other way. Or if you're sitting home and thinking, no, I will not do that project because it's too big, that will never be any good of it anyway. So listen to your heart, listen to your soul, listen to yourself, because the ego is feeding us with fears, and as soon as our fear comes in, we cannot do anything. Then we sit there, and that's not life. Like I always say, we have one life. I could die today, tomorrow, the next week. I want to enjoy my life. I want to have passion in my life, in everything that I'm doing. And of course there are boring stuff to do in life too, that we just have to do, and I want to do that too, with passion. So if I have a problem, I want to do it with passion. I want to win over my ego. Yeah, that's it for today actually. So the ego is good to have on one way. You just take your ego and you look at it like you look at your feelings or thinking, and don't put you up to all this stress about I have to have what everyone else have. It will not come to you then. You have to be aware of your ego, because the ego stops you. But what I wanted to tell you that I forgot now, that I remember, when I was kid and I was sitting with my huge ego in front of the mirror, that was actually rescuing me on one way. I feel bad because every people around me like taking me down and say, don't think you are something, Malin, don't be too much. But the ego was actually rescuing me a lot, because I could feel that I'm trying these different poses and I played different roles, and I am a dedicated actor, so that have been useful for me in my work, whatever work I did have. And I look at people, I don't judge people, I look, what do they have, or how do they act, and how do they act with the stuff that they have, even if it's nothing or super much. So I created something positive about my ego. So please start work with your ego, okay? I just wish you a fantastic day. And I love you guys. I hope you love to listen to me, okay? A tutte